Welcome back to the 5 W's, where I talk about the who, the what, the when, the where, and the why of my latest T206 pickup. This card right here is card number 302 of my pursuit of a complete 520 card T206 set. So before we get to the who, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris, otherwise known on X and Instagram as at CRT_Sportscards. But who is card number 302? That would be, as pictured, none other than Buck Herzog, a man who played for several different teams. He has 2 different T206 cards, but as pictured here, he is smiling with John McGraw and Christy Mathewson. But this, though, is the most important detail. This is the actual card I picked up for my set. So what is it? It is, obviously as stated, card number 302, but it is Sovereign number 35 of 148. Now, if you watched my video the other day, this is actually card 36 of 150, and I would recommend checking out my T206 Sovereign set build to really understand the dynamics of why this is card number 35, as well card number 36. But this moves my set to a nice, very even number, 58% complete. As well here, where does this Herzog land in the PSA population report? This is one of 17 graded examples. The highest known example is a PSA 5, but you will see there are 2 PSA 1s, this being one of them. Then in my Sovereign 150 set, he also joins his one brothers. Here we have on the screen Ed Abitishio, Kid Elberfeld, Fielder Jones, and then Hall of Famer Joe Tinker. So then when and where did I pick up this card? I obtained this card on February 23rd, 2025, and it arrived at my house on March 1st. I've only had this card now for a couple of days. Where did I get it? I got it on REA's February auction. I won several cards from that auction that I'm looking forward to showcasing here in the coming weeks. But now the most important part, why did I add this card to my set? It's absolutely, in my mind, the perfect card for my Sovereign 150 set. This card checks off so many different check marks, or check boxes, sorry. Number one, from a price perspective, it cost me just $66. That is with the 20% buyer's premium. And if you remember from my video this past Sunday, my average cost of the cards right now for my Sovereign 150 set was $108. That has now dropped my figure down to $107. When you look at the non-Hall of Famers, which Buck Herzog is a non-Hall of Famer, that drops it down to just under $86. And then the non-10 cards as well, a little bit of a drop in the value from 76.3 to 76 on the dot. So this is the perfect card because all that I want from my non-Hall of Famers is a 1 grade. This card is a perfect 1 grade. But as well, it also finishes my my Buck Herzog T206 player set. I also have his card in a polar bear back, and you know my love for polar bear, but what is the significance from a story perspective of the New York versus the Boston variation? So we know that the New York variation was printed sometime in 1909. This is one of the very first ever produced T206 cards. But then, April 10th, 1910, Buck gets traded from New York to Boston. But yet, this card comes from the most interesting team photo from that time period. This card originated from that New York team photo. And this photo, of course, created many, many different T206 cards. And so while the Buck Herzog New York variation is the point of this video and card number 302, this is just cool to look at because Buck Herzog's Boston variation after the trade helps us narrow down the time frame of when the polar bear set was released for T206. That Boston variation couldn't have existed before April 10th. But at the end of the day, this Buck Herzog New York variation is, in my opinion, just a wonderful addition to my set. I couldn't be happier, and I can't wait to share with you all card number 303 in my pursuit of a complete 520 card T206 set.